Are you planning to move to Tennessee from another state and you just don't know where to start? Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Tiffany Watts and I'm a local realtor here in Northeast Tennessee. And if you need a realtor, just give me a call. So many of my clients, when they're moving here from out of state, they always ask me, what are my options? And it always depends on the person's circumstances, like do they currently own or rent? And how are they financially? Also, do they have any friends or family members near like where they currently are or here in Tennessee, someone that they could temporarily stay with if needed? Definitely plan ahead. Definitely don't wait until your van is packed full of your things before deciding to get a plan. First, you need to decide if you are one of these two types of people. Do you want to purchase a home so it's ready for you when you get here? Or do you want to rent first? Do you need to live in the area for a little bit before making a decision on exactly where you want to purchase? If you're the second person, then it should be pretty simple. You just have to get a rental lined up for yourself for when you get here. Or here's another idea. If you own a camper or RV, that's a possibility too. If you think you could live in that temporarily, that could possibly save you a lot of money. So let's go back. Let's say you were that first type of person that needs a home lined up for them when they get here. If your budget allows, it would be ideal for you to make a trip here to tour property. I know that sometimes people can't do that though. There might be a tight budget, or maybe they're not able to get off work. And so they have to rely on like video tours of homes. So in that case, the more info I know on what you like in a home and a property and what you don't like, the better job I can do on helping find you a property. Now here's the big question. Do you currently have a house that you need to sell? If the answer is yes, then here's a question. Do you have enough money in your budget and time to allow you to sell the property and live somewhere temporarily while you search for a home here? Would staying with a friend or a family member, or maybe even an Airbnb, would that work for you with your personal items in like temporary storage? If you can sell your current home before making offers here on properties, then you're in a really good place. Even though the market has cooled off a bit here, it can still be tough to get offers accepted that have the contingency to sell another home. But if you have no choice and you have to move from one house to another and you have no option but to use that contingency to sell a house, here are a couple of tips. Don't try to line up both closings on the same day. Heck, don't even try to do a day or two after either. Unless you have like a super flexible seller here that you're buying a home from, then you're going to want to allow yourself a buffer in case of any delays. Delays happen all the time. I'm not saying it's impossible to not have both closings on the same day. I've done it plenty of times in the past. But it can be risky because what if you get a mean seller that is just not willing to sign an extension? So try to do yourself a favor and get several days between those two closings. Now, as a seller in your current state, you can always try to negotiate a post-closing occupancy, which in other words means that the people purchasing your home allow you to stay a few extra days after closing before they require you to be out and to move in. Another option would be you could try to negotiate a pre-occupancy for the home you're purchasing here. And that can be risky for both parties, but if they both agree, then usually that works out, especially if it's a vacant house to begin with. Now, these aren't super popular options, but they are options. Now, once you've thought through all of this and you have it figured out, there are a few things that you can do to make your move a little easier. Try to declutter before you move. Now, being a military family, we've lived in about 6 different states, but we've probably moved to about 15 different houses. Now, I'm telling you, there's boxes of things, I don't even know what it is, that we would box these things up and we would stick it in the attic of our new house and never even open it. And then when we would go to make another move, some of that stuff, it's already boxed. So we would just grab it and pack it again. And it's like, why do we keep packing and relocating these boxes of stuff that we aren't even using? So a good tip would be to try to declutter before you move. Don't wait until after you move and you start unpacking stuff to get rid of things, because why let it take up space and in the moving truck and space in your boxes? Just donate or sell the stuff you don't need or want anymore. That way you don't have to use any more energy packing it around. Now you're going to want to make sure you have your utilities lined up here before you come. Last thing you need is to say move here and get into your new house and it's burning up hot outside and there's no electricity to run your air conditioner, or maybe it's winter and there's no electricity to run your heat, or you're hot and sticky from the drive and you want to take a shower but there's no water cut on. Now, one last tip before I finish up this video. You're going to want to be mindful of the time of year it is when you're making your move. For example, you're moving in, say, January, and you're moving from Southern California or maybe Miami, Florida. Then you're going to want to make sure that you have some warm clothes. Warm clothes readily available in an overnight bag. The last thing you need is for all your winter jackets or warm clothes to be boxed up in some random box on the back of the truck. All right, well, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching.